that makes you the Scarlet Witch.
Hello! Welcome to another episode of our Thirst Quencher, and we like to review movies and TV shows and shit that we may have watched together. This week, we are talking about the
WandaVision.
Yes, magic. So yes, we're gonna just break down what we liked about it, what we didn't like about it, and then we're gonna get into a little bit of spoilers, but that's a little later, just in case you haven't finished it or you've been under a rock or some shit like that. Just get it together. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started. WandaVision, guys, your thoughts?
I liked it.
Yeah, it was good. The question is, did Disney capture lightning in the bottle?
That is the question.
That is the question.
I also liked it. I think it was good for a one-off, this for this one thing.
Yeah, 100%.
It's good the way it is. Don't do any more like that.
I think people have come into it with preconceived notions about fan theories. No, but I like the series. I thought I did really enjoy it. I am also in the camp of I don't need to see another season of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there doesn't need to be another season.
One and done. I'm good.
I'm happy to see Disney seems to be going in a way of trying out, just doing different things to keep the audience, keep all their content fresh.
Yeah, you mean dropping an episode every fucking week and not giving it to us all in one hit?
Yeah.
I want to overdose.
Netflix made us fat and girthy. You want to eat it all at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a... I mean, I feel the same way, especially to avoid all this speculation between the weeks and everything, because people are like, oh, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen.
The theories were
out of control,
rampant. Yes. I had a few of my own that I was like,
that's good. That's what happens when you have to sit there and wait and marinate in your impatience.
I had a friend ask me, is like, man, you that has knowledge of the Marvel Universe, blah, 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 when it comes to the comics, why do you watch this? How's this funny if you already know what's going to happen? And this showed you exactly that we don't know what's going to happen.
Exactly.
It's a whole new universe, and they're doing a fantastic job of fucking setting it up. Yeah. I really like how they're going with the whole setting up arcs before the major movie. I hope that there's a continuation and they keep doing that.
Yeah, because I'm a huge fan of that. I can't wait to see if that's something they do with the other series. Mm-hmm. But this is definitely a good jump off point for these two characters at this point in time.
That $6.99 is finally paying off.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Mandalorian's getting a little lonely at the top.
Oh, wait for that price hike now.
I know, right? All right, 15 guys, let's go.
Now we got 3 Marvel shows. We gonna charge you $1 a show now.
You want that premium package?
They had to pay Paul Bettany twice. Was it John Bethany? Paul Bettany?
Paul Bettany. Yeah, you were right the first time.
Yeah.
It's really nice to see how they keep it like I was saying, keeping it fresh, but also like you said before, just the fact they decided to square away from just doing movies all the time and decided to put their foot into these shows. We had shows before. But they were
we didn't have shows before. Those other shows don't count.
Yeah, apparently not. And we had all these, and then I hate that we invested in those shows, and we were hoping that one day, okay, maybe Jessica, maybe Luke, maybe all these, they're gonna show up, right? They're gonna be. No, they weren't. They were never going to be important. Or Agent Coulson, remember they used to do these little crossovers every time it was a movie. It kind of happened in the show. Don't matter.
Yeah, it's just making $15 an hour nationwide policy is never gonna happen.
No, it's just too much money.
but people love that shit. People love Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and all that shit.
If they watch it.
If you take the,
I partake in it.
I mean, yeah, I think everybody did. I tried a little bit of it. I even tried again.
Oh yeah, I tried again. I got further than I did the first time, but. Once they start going back to the 30s and shit, I was like, all right, no. But, all right, guys.
Back on WandaVision.
Yes.
I loved how it kept itself paced, and each episode that they delivered throughout the week kept you wondering and wanting more.
Wandering?
Yeah, wandering.
Wanda?
Wandering through your goddamn house going, where's the next fucking episode?
That's true.
I just had a vision of punching you in the face.
The anticipation built it up, too, man. I know the first 2 episodes were a little rough. A lot of people were complaining that they just couldn't get through it, but those were fun to me. I thought that they set up the world really well when it comes to like Wanda not knowing what the fuck she's really doing. The emphasis of that was really good.
Yeah, same thing here. I feel the exact same way. Yeah, the first 2 episodes to me, I actually really liked them. I liked that they were all the callbacks to the Dick Van Dyke Show. Like, this is stuff I didn't actually watch, but at one point I did have grandparents, and this is the shit they had in the background, and it was spot on. And I thought the acting in it, how they played their roles from that period, like really, really well done.
Yeah, every one of those different sitcoms were executed to a T. I think they did a great job of merging all those worlds together.
I'm not gonna lie, I was hoping for like they kind of skipped over like that 90s black era sitcom type deal.
They wouldn't dare. They just that's one of those. They stayed in their lane, and you know what? I'm not mad at them for doing that. They didn't want to overreach.
I get it. The alternative, what would be the alternative? Like, do it with like a bunch of white people? Yeah, it's just.
You want Vision to call Wanda a big dummy?
Now, however,
you big dummy.
Hey, what's her name? Wasn't enough in the 70s episode?
No.
That comes with the spoilers.
Yeah, exactly.
We do want to keep it spoiler free for a little bit. What did you guys? Go ahead.
I was gonna say I was in the ballpark with the people who were coming because it was really slow to start off with, and I was happy. I did like the little hints of something's going on, and it was very mysterious and very it made me just okay, what's gonna happen next? But it didn't really really capture me until episode 3?
Yeah.
3.
Probably the end of 3.
Yeah, end of 3 just really it sold me, and I was all in, and I didn't honestly the way how it was going. I didn't want it to end so soon. I was loving the ride, and I love all the twists and turns and stuff because it felt like anything could happen. This wasn't really, and one thing I really appreciate, this wasn't really a good guy bad guy story. There wasn't really any clear clear evils and stuff. That at the same time, you're not sure who really was. I mean, there's fault to be put on a bunch of people, but there wasn't really any any clear we're here. I'm here. I'm going to save everyone and blah blah blah. No,
I do feel empty inside now that it's over. You know what I mean?
That's
No, you don't. Don't lie. Don't lie.
It's true.
This was just a countdown to what you were actually waiting for.
Clarence.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Well, Clarence, I like that you're first off, I like that you're mansplaining to me about my feelings.
Yeah,
wow.
I am.
So problematic. But anyway, that brief period, it's after you order, say you order 2 things on Amazon. One of them got here, and now you're I feel empty inside because I have it. I enjoyed the waiting. Yeah. It's like that. Now, don't get me wrong. Winter Soldier starts, I'll be rolling again. Yeah. But right now, I feel there's the void.
You won't get that. The thing is, Falcon and Winter Soldier won't be WandaVision.
No.
And that's the thing. It's going to be his own thing, which is cool. But I'm that world that we were in, that was really nice. It was a nice, switch up from the regular things. Because Falcon and Winter Soldier looks great. But it also feels like
Tango and Cash.
It's a long movie, huh?
It also feels like it's gonna be Tango and Cash.
Yeah, it feels like.
I hope it's only 6 episodes. I hope it's a quick miniseries.
Yeah.
Get it out the process. I don't need a lot of explanation on both of these characters. They're just,
we already got them covered.
Come on.
Yeah.
They're sidekicks. They're both trying to be Captain America. They can't last them too long.
I'm Captain America.
But what did you guys think of the overall production of the show? How it was handled, the cinematic aspect of it, the camera, the sound.
It was like Jamal said, it was spot on, how those TV shows were made, and that's where I believe where a lot of the budget went to, because it shows, and I love the switch up when things got eerie, when things. It went from that, this is how, we film it just like how they used to film it back in the, the 40s, 30s, whatever. But then, when it got really, that plot kind of started to show up, it got really eerie and really good. I was still, that whole scene in the first episode still kind of, it still irks me. The scene, the guy choking and her just saying, stop it. Stop it.
I liked it.
Yeah, I loved it, yeah.
I didn't really, it took me, a minute, because I think I was, under the influence. Yeah, but when I watched it again, it hit me that, she's asking her to stop it from happening, that she can't really break character.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And using Kitty from the '70s show.
I know,
That shit
great.
was that shit
Really
was
great.
fantastic. Yeah, the soundtrack to it was great. I really liked the costume design once we got into like the Scarlet Witch design and the Agatha design.
Oh yeah, her little main outfit was dope. I actually really liked it.
Her Ivan Ooze cape?
Yeah, her news cape and her news figures.
I honestly like Agatha. Like I wasn't liking everything up here. Everything below
Wow.
the shoulders was fine. No, I did feel like her little.
Wow.
Hold on. You can do better. You can word that better. Are you saying she's a pug?
No, I'm saying I didn't
She's
like.
a pug?
I didn't like her makeup. Like
Okay.
the makeup design.
There
There you go. Her makeup.
Yeah,
Agatha's
because
makeup
started to sound a little
design-
problematic there, buddy.
Look, you didn't let me
You like that
finish.
rebound? You like that rebound?
Oh, dude.
Let it back up. Let it back up.
After the whole other African debacle last week.
Shut the fuck up. Why are you bringing shit up?
Hey,
That's
wait.
in the last episode. We don't need to bring that stuff up.
I got
Anyway.
you. No, we're going back. We were starting the conversation.
Exactly. No, I really like. It got better for some reason. The end of the second to last episode, it did not look good to me. Like the makeup was done on her face. It looked. I don't know why, but it seemed like it looked better in the last episode. I'm not sure because they lowered it a little bit. It wasn't so like you said, like Ivan. Like she didn't seem such like a Power Ranger villain. A little less than that. It looked more like a witch. So that's all. Because she had the little thing on her neck and stuff. It just felt like she could have just been her with been her regular face with only like under that crazy ass makeup and just the outfit and been fine. It just, I don't know, to me it was a little bit too over the top.
They did make a point of whenever it got declared who the villain was to make her look a little disheveled and kind of crazy,
Yeah.
which I thought was a little like.
Like, okay, we didn't really need.
But that Scarlet Witch costume,
Oh.
oh boy, oh boy.
Oh my god.
I didn't know I needed that.
The scene where she put, like when she first turns into the outfit and she put her hands up.
Yeah.
I love that. Like, you see this like, ooh.
I mean, that entirety, the fucking from head to toe, just she was out here burgundy killing it.
Fucking slaying in Scarlet, just fucking walking in, owning it. I thought the costume design for everything looked really great. I actually liked how the other Vision looked as well.
Yeah,
I thought,
that
I
clean.
real
That man
clean.
was
That
clean.
that factory default.
That motherfucker came through looking like a Tesla model.
But his makeup though made his expression look like the picture
Okay,
you
well,
posted.
I see that it's getting harder and harder and harder to not get into
It
areas of
is.
spoilers.
It is.
So we should just go head first into spoiler discussion.
All right, real quick. So I think we're in agreement. It's fucking great. If you haven't seen it, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Get out there and watch it.
Absolutely.
With
You
that-
should.
If you don't have Disney Plus, it's the internet. It's not hard to find things for free.
Are you promoting pirates?
We're not
We are not
promoting-
promoting.
I'm
not-
just saying, if you can't find it, you're not trying hard enough.
If you're lost at sea, look for the flags.
Go outside, make a friend. Someone has Disney Plus. Borrow it from them.
Right,
Like
trade
I
it for
do.
sexual favors.
Oh.
You guys can exchange OnlyFans accounts, and then somebody can just pay for the Disney Plus that way.
Yeah, exactly.
But either way, watch the show. It's really well done. It's probably the most different thing that I've seen like Marvel do in terms of that formula that creeps up every now and again.
Mm-hmm.
We've all seen it. There are many videos on the internet about it, but this show, without a doubt, feels distinctly like different for most of its runtime. So I thought it was fantastic.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, like I love his White Vision every time he's making an expression or something like that. Like the one that you posted on the.
It seems forced and foreign. Like he's trying to process things.
Yeah, it's great. No, I'm saying it's funny.
Would it be a good time to actually declare like full on like, hey, we are now entering the spoiler portion of the review?
That's what I tried to get us to say out loud.
Okay, that's
getting
right.
harder.
That
and
I
harder.
just
We
wanted
are
to
talking
give
about
it.
spoilers.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Well, yeah. Okay, cool. So make sure we're all
So
there.
we are in spoiler territory now.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Just in case anybody who missed it.
Tesla Vision was sharp.
Hell yes.
And
That's the vision.
He was sharp.
I really enjoyed that, and I actually liked how
Vision on Vision mirror match.
I liked how it was it's like a homage or a callback to like there's this cover for the Avengers where Vision is uncolored and he's actually just white on the cover.
One of those old
there's two of
70s
them.
issues.
Yes, sir. There's two of them. I don't know exactly what the issue is. My knowledge isn't that extensive, but I do know that there are 2 issues of Vision over the Avengers where they introduce him, and he's either all white, and the other one is all red. And clearly they went for the white homage, which is what I think that white version is about. Which also gives me a theory as to, well, maybe the second stage of this guy, possibly growing, we'll get to see the red version of that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, why not?
Switching up the body, the case, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I do wonder, like, he had, from the fight that we saw, it looked like he had basically all his powers, but we saw him change his eyes, but I do wonder, can he change what he looks like? I was expecting him, when he felt like, I am Vision. I was expecting him to, like, transform into Vision and then fly away, but
like a deadbeat dad. I'm the father. I'm out of here.
They haven't they want to tease us out for a little bit more. Plus they haven't finished the design for what he's gonna look like next.
Yeah,
in my mind.
Yeah. I do love how you just went like, fuck it.
He's like I am the knight. So I guess
You're giving me all these memories. I don't want any part of this. This sounds like some Mario shit. I'm out.
Exactly. So now we're in the deep spoiler territory. Can we start from the bottom and work our way up to the top?
Let's do it.
One of the bigger reveals was them bringing in the Quicksilver from the Fox X-Men universe.
Yeah.
The actor.
Yeah.
That was a nice little touch that they did there. Mm-hmm. It was one of the things that brought me fully into the show. I was already invested watching things occur outside of her sphere of influence, but the second they threw that little jab in there, it was a refreshing little tidbit they threw in.
Mm-hmm. I did like the episode, but I won't lie. When he showed up, I was one of the people under the not my PHO hashtag because I actually don't like Peter Evans' Quicksilver. However, I don't hate it to where when he showed up in this show, I thought, wow, the inclusion of one of the X-Men properties, clearly the more popular Quicksilver. It pains me to say that. But, I thought it was a nice nod.
It's true.
Because,
he had more screen time.
He had more screen time. He
didn't kill him off.
Yeah, he got 2 gimmicks.
No, he did kill him. Well, not really.
They might as well have. I'll just say it like that. They might as well have.
He got thrown out the film.
But yeah, I thought that was super awesome. We all thought that that was another layer of mystery. Like, is this the real PH? Or are we gonna get this going forward?
Yeah. Into
the fan theories that where my fan theory started. Like, oh shit, this is gonna be some kind of reverse House of M thing. And it only confirmed it because when the kids showed up and they were aged up and they first had their what episode was that where they had their Halloween costumes and.
That was a Malcolm in the Middle episode. It was like 6? 5 or 6, one of the 3 in the middle.
I loved that episode. I thought it was great seeing the kids in their homage to, Wiccan and Speed, their costumes. Mm-hmm. I thought displaying their powers, it feels to me like they're kind of low-key establishing all the members of the Young Avengers so they can do that. That's what it feels like. Because, those kids are, if they get them again, they might age up.
They're going to age up.
I know, and there's choices there. But yeah, I really enjoyed that episode just for the classic costumes. And I gotta say, I know Wanda's final form, the Scarlet Witch, looks great, but her Halloween costume was...
It was nice to finally see.
It was on point.
I like the callback to the old costumes. When he ran out the door, came back in with the Quicksilver. I was like, oh,
yeah, probably
that shit was great. When Vision coming out in those little short shorts, that shit was. She said, "Oh, you wore the costume. That's the only thing I had, bitch."
I know how much you like.
Wait. I do want to bring that up because I want to know if you were offended or not.
The luchador comment? That shit was funny.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
I want to make sure it's funny to laugh at it.
Mucho caliente. That shit was great.
I actually like the episode as well because we got to see what's happening that's not in the center mass of the Hex, and how people are barely just functioning out there doing one thing for hours.
Yeah.
That was creepy.
Well, because now that we know that Agatha was sitting over there in the outskirts, was that her doing, knowing Vision was going to be over there?
Absolutely, it had to be her manipulating.
The fact that they showed her like that she was completely in control during her little like it was me the whole time showed that it was all set up to fuck with Vision a little bit more. It feels like
I didn't see it that way. I saw it as Wanda was still not being able to fully control her power, and they also in the commercials. Remember, I tried to piece together the commercials and see what the fuck those were. That one with the shark is trying to give that kid gets that yogurt with the magic, feeding on your magic. To me, it made me think that the people on the outskirts aren't getting enough magic, and Agatha was able to move back and forth, so she was there to kind of just nudge them along. But I think those people were just fucking getting just drained out. They just weren't. There wasn't enough magic in the outskirts to get around. That Wi-Fi wasn't strong enough.
No. I think that contradicts itself when in that same episode she expands her sphere of influence and then makes a circus further out, which functions perfectly fine.
She just pumped up the Jews, got a new compressor. I don't know.
I think it also deals with the fact, like, I guess maybe the hex is different than making these people, making them function and making them follow these little storylines like NPCs after a while. You know, like she's able to make sure that everything transforms and transfigures to that time and place that she's trying to put in this show, but the people are a different story, and that's too much power. Like she just needs to like just worry about the population around her.
And I cracked up when that lady was like hanging up the clothes.
And
then she started crying. I was like, oh god.
And the guy
just terrible.
Immediately, I thought about, man, could you imagine if you just had to pee and you're just sitting there?
It just leaks down.
Would she even let you? Could you pee?
No, I don't.
Is that decent for that time period?
Look, man, fight me.
Look,
I don't think at that point she can control bodily functions. People are just pissing on themselves. How long was that hex up to begin with?
Like, they say a couple weeks.
Yeah,
God.
Couple weeks, yeah.
Long enough to get the attention of Sword.
Yeah.
Keeping the children in their rooms until we had a children episode. Like
that's
yikes.
Still wonder. Like she said, she kept them in cupboards and stuff. Like where? Why? Like are the children just too much to control or anything? Why didn't you control them too? Or
because that would be too cruel. That would be too cruel.
It's
because
because like
the children are suffering the same as the adults.
I haven't watched a lot of the old shows and everything, at least like back to back. But was it like common of the fact that there was no children in those shows?
Mm-hmm.
I guess and therefore if they were in the show, they're not gonna be in mine. So
maybe
away.
Maybe childhood is too traumatizing for her to even fake the experience, so the children were gone until it became convenient.
And then it also makes you like, okay, are they being fed? Are they?
Of course.
Are
well,
they
that's what I'm saying. They're surviving off her magic.
They're being
that kid
satiated.
just fucking
somehow.
That's why the kid just melted down into just bones.
And it's sad to know that like she also didn't know that she was also feeding them her misery. Yeah. Like she was still mourning, even though she looked happy, she was mourning the whole time, and they could feel all of it. Not only were they trapped within their own thoughts, they had to face her feelings as well, which is fucked up.
That's like extra fucked up.
You know what's really fucked up? When Vision walked out the hex, and Harkin was just like, no, let him break.
I know. Like, this is what we want. It's okay.
You have to help everyone inside. We gotta do what? I can't hear you down there. The children!
And start kicking them like in the JoJo meme.
and now that I think about it, something makes me wonder, like, if he had completely, like, dissipated there, that was my assumption that, oh my god, if he goes up the hex, he's gonna fall apart. Because we all thought in the beginning, before the reveal, that we thought that Wanda had taken his body and put it back together in the dream.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, well, once we found out that she just made him, it's like, well, if he went out there and dissipated, wouldn't he just respawn back in the hex?
No.
But why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why wouldn't he? That's where he's getting torn apart and put back into.
Yeah, so that's what I was like. When he respawn?
Mm-hmm. It hurts.
I don't know. It's just
just back in the bed like in Minecraft after you get killed.
Yeah.
Shit.
Speaking of
the boundary.
Speaking of reveals, the reveal of Agnes being Agatha Harkness, I won't lie. I had to. Okay, my knowledge is extensive, but it's not that extensive. So when that happens, like, who the fuck? Are they making shit up now?
Said, Agatha,
I fucking got out my phone and I said, looked it up, like, oh. All right, okay. Guess she's a real person. She showed up in a couple of like their little TV shows. Like one that I think I saw her in. Come to think of it, was X-Men Evolution. She showed up in there. So it's definitely a real character. I was expecting more. The one thing you brought this up a little bit about her makeup earlier. I was actually hoping that at some point once she does the big reveal, maybe she would go back to like
being an old lady.
Exactly, having like full-on white hair.
Not this sassy suburban mom.
I didn't have a problem with the sassy suburban mom though.
I preferred it. I thought it's a character that nobody gives a shit about.
Exactly, like Star-Lord before then.
Yeah, remake her, and now if she comes back in the comics, I expect her to look like a MILF category.
No,
the horny is strong.
Stop being ageist. Keep her old, just like they did with Amanda Waller. Keep her fat.
She was never fat. She was frail. She looked like Aunt May.
She was big.
Hey, so how many young Anaskins do you have in Overwatch?
I don't know.
There's like one, right?
I think there's only like either one or two actual young Anakin you can even get.
I'm just trying to make you seem like a hypocrite.
You want to know which one I have?
Yeah.
The one where she had the big grandma hat on, her summer one. That one and the mummy one.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway,
look, Clarence has a point. Like I think that would have been a cool touch. At least the white hair. Yeah. I think that would have been a really cool.
At least I had hoped like if not like right away, like final battle where she got her power back from her. I was hoping that when she zapped it out, like she would be like, we get the white hair old look then.
But she didn't take any of her power. It looked like
that was a one confusing part. Like because I was waiting for her to release. I did realize we weren't. It did look like they were doing a Hulk. But then they switched it up.
By the way, so glad that wasn't the case.
I was gonna be so happy if they did it. I just wanted to look and see how mad we were getting if they were going to do that. I was so ready for it.
Explain the Hulk.
The Hulk. So the first Hulk movie that we got.
Yeah, Ang Lee's Hulk in 2000.
Not using Lou Ferrigno. It was 2003,
2004. Yeah,
that was Eric Bana, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Eric Bana, there's a name you haven't said in like 10 years. Go on.
Honestly,
at the least.
Yeah, at the least.
The structure of that movie is something that you can admire. Mm-hmm. But the actual product isn't that good. And the way the movie ended was the Hulk squaring off against his father. The Absorption Man. The Absorption Man was doing what his name suggested, and he was going to absorb the powers of the Incredible Hulk in their final showdown. And what we got was the Hulk screaming underneath water and his father saying in a very soft, pathetic voice, "It's too much."
It was a beautiful haiku.
And that's it. He explodes. And the movie's over. Now it's something that you watch with a couple of friends and you look and see exactly where the Hulk movies didn't grow. And you get to see where the Marvel movie as a whole got to grow.
These are the foundations. These are the DC movies of Marvel.
Yes.
I'll be the one to say it.
The dark times.
Yeah.
Where the Hulk had to, fight giant Hulk dogs and punch them in the balls.
And he was
I forgot about that.
Doing it. Remember that? Like I was waiting for his like green swan to be just swinging around.
He hit one of the dogs with it.
Was anyone happy with the reveal of Monica Rambeau?
I was happy in a couple of ways. Yeah, I realized it's not. I had to dial it back a bit because I realized it's not her show, so it's not going to be like the biggest element of it.
Yeah,
I loved the implication. I loved when she went through and we saw she had her little powers going on. I didn't so much enjoy like the final display of her powers.
Okay, her being a shield.
Yeah, her being a shield. I didn't really
children.
Yeah,
getting shot by the cops.
Yeah. I didn't really come on, guys. Still fucking 2000. You're gonna have her get shot by the fucking law. Come on,
she got over there real fast.
She did get over there real quick.
I still think as she's still going to her powers. She's not gonna be full out because I looked up Rambo. Huh?
Spectrum.
Yeah, she becomes Spectrum. She was able to do a whole lot more, like fly, super strength, vulnerability, a whole bunch of other little powers that come along with her and everything. But I guess we want to see that. Hopefully, We see that in Captain Marvel 2, where she's going to be showing up again.
Starting to seem like Captain Marvel 2 is getting a lot blacker.
A lot.
You know?
Look, Captain Marvel, after the first one, it was fine, but, you know, it was fine.
You saw Mulan. It was fine.
It was fine.
All right, go on.
What about isms doesn't work?
This isn't a what about ism. I'm saying you've seen worse.
That doesn't mean it's better.
It is not better than Mulan?
That is also true.
Captain Marvel's not better than Mulan?
Just because you've seen
That's
worse
not what I'm
doesn't mean you
asking.
should excuse another one for being
I'm
bad.
not
Who's
asking
excusing
that.
That's all.
I'm
Who's
asking...
excusing it?
When you're defending it, you're excusing
I didn't defend it. I just said
Okay.
you've seen worse.
Okay, anyway, back on Captain Marvel. Back on
Captain
Rambo.
Marvel was bad.
Yeah, Captain Marvel was fine. Anyway. What I was trying to say, I'm sorry to switch it back. Like I was trying to say earlier, the one thing I didn't understand in the final fight when she was throwing her energy and stuff at Agatha, and then it was finally revealed, oh, Agatha can't use her magic because it was she put
was
a
in a
hex
safe
up.
space.
Yeah, she was in a safe space. She got her magic back. Why did it seem like she got a power boost, but she didn't seem to take she didn't take Agatha's magic too. So it just feels like she got it back, but then she was able to get this
I don't
this
understand magic. I don't understand how it works.
I know.
The way I interpret it is that maybe Wanda didn't take any magic as much as she just realized or fully utilized the magic she was
Yeah, I
that
think she's got
always
so much
became
power that she can just lose a bunch of it and not give a fuck.
If I can make a reach here, it's the syndrome where Agatha said that what she's lacking, what Wanda is lacking, is knowledge, not power. Mm-hmm. So by watching Agatha use her displays of knowledge, she could probably get a loose understanding of that and apply it to herself.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, that's where. Okay, I'm kind of in that camp. I see somebody doing it, and now I can elevate myself. It's when you're being motivated by someone who does the same thing that you do. Okay, well, shit, I gotta step my game up a little bit, and I'm just assuming that's what Wanda did. Wanda, clearly, she made the hex. She expanded the hex. She's clearly a lot more powerful than just throwing balls of magic at people. So yeah. I think this is, and not to mention, she had collapsed it a little bit. Prior to that little up in the air fight, so
everything
maybe she had more utilization of her power from doing that.
Everything she did beforehand was just subconscious, and then as the show went on, it was more her doing everything by her own hand and not just through emotional backlash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, she was a fast learner. That showed that she was a real fast learner.
Speaking of the final battle, all things concerned, how did you guys feel about it? I mean, I'm asking, but I'm gonna go first. So really what I mean is get it off your chest. Shut up. All right, I'm gonna go first. Okay, cool. The final battle for me, there was a lot of things about it that I liked. Let's just say obviously the budget. I'm glad that there was no quality dip in the Vision fighting Vision.
Oh yeah.
The powers, the two flying and going from seamless from being in the air to going on the ground not too much of a wasn't too bad of a transition. But the final battle stuff, the fighting didn't really hit me as hard, or I didn't really I didn't resound with all that stuff as much as I did with the moments where the characters were actually talking. Two cases is where Vision fighting Vision. I'm not gonna belittle it. That was a very cool fight scene. They were both perfectly matched and all that shit. It was really cool. But I enjoyed their talk more than I enjoyed the fighting.
Yeah. At the end of the day, when you look at Vision fighting himself, how else could that conflict have been resolved?
Yeah, Vision's gonna fight himself with his mind as well.
Yeah, and because he knows what he can say in order to basically bring to a stalemate, so there doesn't need to be fighting because they're both extremely intelligent beings
right.
and everything. I
also the other parallel to this was where I actually really liked was the scene in the town square where Wanda started to where Agnes let all the people go, And then they were just kind of like explaining to Wanda how like, yeah, you've been fucking with us this whole time, you know, you did all this horrible shit to us. And Wanda just said, shut the fuck up. She's like a choke there. I was like, oh shit, we're not going back. Oh my god, this is bad. Every time she gets pushed into a corner, she does something worse. She does something bad.
She's scared. She's like, she doesn't know. It's like, I didn't mean, I did,
Which is vulnerable and broken.
Yeah,
Listen, when after she got done choking him, and Katie from the 70s show looks up and is like, just fucking let me die. that hit different. That hit a lot different.
I have to say, like, that was one of my favorite scenes too. I didn't really like the whole shooting lasers in the sky. It was like, I didn't say I didn't like it, but it just felt like I've been here before.
Better than Dragon Ball Evolution.
No shit, a lot of things are. Don't start with, you're comparing things?
Whataboutisms.
Yeah, exactly. Shut the fuck up. But no, I have to say the last episode felt like, especially last fight, definitely felt like an ending to like a Marvel movie or a superhero movie. I got the whole through. I was like, oh, I've been here before. Okay. But I do like they made sure, it seemed like they've learned a lot from the past to now because it felt a lot more balanced between the fighting and the, other exposition and plot that was happening.
Yeah, wrapping up everything.
Yeah, they were able to have Agatha. Agatha at that point was just spewing exposition, right? But it was in a way that was effective. Oh, you were doing this the whole time. And I like that twist because before, all the fucking theories oh, Agatha must be controlling people, not Wanda. Wanda's fine. Wanda didn't do anything. No, she did the whole fucking thing. And she was able to display her powers. What do you do? No, I just unlocked them. You were doing this the whole time. And the people themselves also display exposition because you found out what they were going through. And you found out, the kids weren't around. They were actually locked up in other rooms and cupboards and shit, stored places and stuff.
Poor guy said, I don't even know why I was fighting you. I just gave up.
Yeah,
what am I even doing here?
That's why I really think that's where the final episode and the final fights and everything really, that's where their strength lie. Was just presenting that information and showing up, developing these characters for their final conflict to where they're going and seeing that final result.
Right. When they could have pulled their punches so many times on that final fight and just ended it with a a superhero landing. Because
tired of seeing that, by the way.
I will say I did like the little callback to her earlier Age of Ultron days where she snuck up behind there and put the little shit in there.
Okay.
I thought it was gonna be over right then and there.
That scene was so the way it was cut, it was a little yes, it was a little weird. I'm like, does she? Whoa, Pietro? What? How? She's
She almost looked like Enchantress from Suicide Squad.
Well, her whole body.
She came in.
Yeah. Well, I think that was in some of the cuts in
with
Age
the
of
spirit
Ultron.
fingers.
She did move really fast. There was a scene where she did it to Captain America, and then she walked backwards kind of quick out the door, and it closed.
It worked in that movie because they did it in a horror scene type of. It was in a room. Everything got really dark. Yeah. This shit was midday on top of a roof.
She came on over Agatha where do I want to go? Whoa.
Can we talk about
6 feet, bitch?
The worst sword force? Can we talk about these guys that let James Woo just grab his cell phone and then pick his handcuffs? They didn't check this man.
Not only that, they got their asses whooped in that fucking shipping container when they were handcuffed. All you get your ass beat by Monica Rambeau and Jimmy Woo.
Who are these government agents?
Well,
Who
guys,
are these bums?
I'll say it like this. Well, they're not bad guys. All right? They have compassion. Yeah, they did get flipped, I'm not gonna lie. They got fucking flipped over.
The army just felt they did feel like just a regular old, early 2000s army.
Volunteers.
How does the director of S.W.O.R.D. have fucking Walmart employees?
Exactly. Not only that, but... Okay, those parts outside, there was intrigue as well. Know that they were watching the Wanda stuff on the television sets that played that stuff. That was a cool gimmick for a while.
Yeah.
But after that, it did start to feel like the early Marvel days, rolling out S.H.I.E.L.D., Like the, cookie cutter guys in black, we have our paraphernalia on the bands.
They said they would be trained, but they get fucking, taken down very fucking easily when the time comes and everything. They're putties. Yeah, exactly. They're putty ninjas, basically. They just fall flat. Or, like, I hate the fact, like, what's-his-face really thought, like, he just seems really dumb sometimes, the main government guy.
Yeah.
Because, like, hey, when you're threatening Wanda, you know what she can do. Why are you threatening her?
He was trying to push those buttons in the office.
Yes. Like, what are you doing?
You don't own the Vision. He's mine.
There was a better way to do... It just feels like he's just trying to be antagonizing to make her flip, but you could die. She's been on the Avengers for a little bit, but she was pretty bad.
Whoa, buddy. She wasn't bad.
She was bad.
They went an extra mile to try to make you not like him.
Yeah, they did that on purpose. Yeah, absolutely, on purpose.
Yeah.
And I will say, like, okay, the Age of Ultron thing was a little different because, yeah, they were technically bad guys, but, their country was suffering because of what the Avengers were doing. Mm. So...
Wait. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm sad that they had a sad backstory, but they evolved in killing a lot of people.
I mean, Magneto was considered the villain, and all he was doing was standing up for his people.
Yeah,
but Magneto clearly kills innocent people. He's kind of a bad guy.
So did Wanda.
Yeah, Wanda's a bad guy too. That's the point.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Wanda needs to be in jail.
Oh, I mean, that's the other thing.
I was gonna say, like, what do you guys think? Do you think that Wanda got off way too easy?
Yes, 100%.
Got off. She flew off.
Who's gonna get her? Who's gonna go and get her?
That's true.
Forcefully bring her in.
Nick Cage. Not Nick Cage. Yes, Nick Cage.
Well, he could do it. I don't know.
By himself, no powers.
I don't know what that has to do with this discussion, but he could totally do it by himself.
Nick Fury's about to come in there like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, get her out of here. Fucking take her to jail.
Stop bringing that goddamn book, bitch. What the fuck are you doing?
I honestly was expecting the ending of her. I thought she was going to turn herself in.
That's what she should have done, but, tragically...
She's got books to read, bro.
I got one book to read. It's the only one I need.
It's almost like, Wanda stormed the Capitol because she got to go home.
Oh, wow.
She got taken out. She got let out. She's like, come on, turn.
There was a line that Monica made at the end where she's like, they'll never know what you sacrificed for them. I was like, what?
What does she sacrifice exactly?
Exactly. Like, nothing she sacrificed actually exists except for people's time and torture. Like,
she was talking about...
She sacrificed a future that will never be.
Yeah,
no matter how long she's going to be in there, it wouldn't have been real.
It wouldn't have been real, but she was just... I guess because, she understood because she just knew that she was grieving. And everyone can relate to that. Wanda was grieving and everything. But she didn't do it her grieving alone. She didn't go to, a pocket dimension where these people exist. She took people and trapped them there.
Like chess pieces.
Yeah.
And then, this is my take that I'm pretty sure Wanda is the next big bad.
Oh,
she's a terrorist.
Because she not only is she pretty goddamn problematic, but she didn't learn anything. What's the first thing you do after you drop the hex? You do exactly what you've been doing to these people for months to another person. I know this person's bad, but you're like, oh, this time it's okay, so you're gonna suffer for a really long time.
Yeah, it also made me feel like, okay, was Agatha didn't really seem really bad to me. She seemed like, I only say this because she's bad, but she just seems like only for her own self-interest. But she didn't seem like I'm going to take over the world and everything.
I'm going to zap this power and go on about my business.
Exactly. She knew about Scarlet Witch. She knew that she was going to destroy the world. It's written in the book. All right. I mean, I'm just trying to get the magic before you become a problem. Pretty much.
She was a good guy.
She was kind of a good, yeah.
She was fucking Agatha Harkness was based. Wow.
It's kind of like when we go into the Middle East and we're just trying to get this oil off of you because it's just going to.
Because if you get it.
It's going to start wars, so you're going to destroy the world, so we just kind of trying to get this up off you.
Jesus.
Oh.
It was a good, she was one of my favorite characters. I did like Agnes.
Oh, yeah,
Agatha.
Stephanie Hahn is an amazing actress. I didn't really notice it before until she's front and center. But she did a really good job, all the time eras, and then turning out to be the series kind of bad guy. until they start to dump all their stocks into Hayward being a bad guy too.
One of my favorite parts was down in their dungeon when she was like, you can't do shit around here, and just started
Yeah.
smacking her. That shit was great.
A witch can't use her magic.
They did make a good. They did make a good point of like proving how strong. This is why I like the revamp and why I think that Marvel can continue to use this character model of Agatha, because they just revamped her powers. It kind of made her fucking like super strong. She can be like a decent little threat. Make a Wanda book, throw her in there, revamp the character that nobody gives a shit about, the nanny.
They can put more magical threats in there.
Yeah.
Not just have these only two.
Just keep rotating Dormammu and Mephisto every fucking 5 minutes. Like,
I want 14 Flame Dormammu.
You get Face in the Sky, Jamal. I'm sorry.
yeah, you get that.
Kaleidoscope Dormammu.
Kaleidoscope. I
Okay,
like that.
hey, maybe he'll go. Maybe in Multiverse of Madness, he'll meet Dormammu again, and Dormammu's like, I got a flamey head now.
Speaking of Multiverse of Madness, I think the show does a good job when it's not like being like super problematic and letting Wanda go after committing like multiple crimes of torture or whatsoever.
Look, they can't stop her. And like you said, she only got.
I bet Monica could beat her ass.
Not yet. But no, I get what you're saying. But continue.
But yeah, I just they did a good job like kind of setting up like from where they go from here. Like we all agree that this is a good one-off. Like this sets us up for whatever we're gonna see, whatever feature film we're gonna see them in next. And I thought that aside from the lack of consequences, I thought like leaving us off and finally getting a official Scarlet Witch, and obviously we're getting another Vision. In what form, I don't know. But I thought this was a good place to leave off those two characters, with the implication that not only will we see her later as a more powerful version of herself, but there's a possibility that she has a new mission to go after something she lost, like her kids.
Yeah, I do want to say I do think there are consequences. Like Wanda had to watch Vision die and her children die again.
Oh, boo!
Three
Boo-hoo.
times. Look, I'm not saying for you as a viewer and everything, you want her to just go to jail and everything, which I understand. But with how powerful they set up this character, that was never going to happen. And we already showed that Wanda's she's very selfish. She just is. And she wants what she wants. And now that she is unlocked this super powerful inner power inside of her, like she's going to, I feel like that's a consequences in itself for the world. Because now that she has that, and she has the power and the book of the Darkhold, who knows what she's going to do. Obviously, she's going to keep going after her kids, which is going to be a problem in the future.
Clarence, we're watching it before the podcast, and when they go into the cabin, Clarence is like, man, she's out there living her best Thanos life.
Oh, yeah.
The exact same way. Mind her own business with a pot of tea.
And Dr. Strange's going to be kicking in that door like, bitch, I got a warrant for your head.
She's got to lose her Avenger status after this. Like, one thing, if she doesn't get any consequences, she's got to lose that Avenger status. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
she's like, no more.
Hey, Wanda, actually, you're, like, out of the team. Sorry. You're a little hot right now. We can't really have that, so...
PR will not go over.
Here's another thing. Is there an Avengers?
That's actually a good question, because, there should be a Avengers team, but I don't know if...
Damn it, Nick Fury's got to go around again and start asking people.
Because, like,
God damn it.
Fucking Captain America's gone. Tony's gone. Fucking Widow's gone. There's nothing really holding... Like, I feel like everyone else kind of, like, went their own way, because I feel like if they were still a team, Wanda would have had at least someone to talk to, because you just...
No, after Tony's funeral, they were all like, all right, you good? All right, we're out
exactly.
here. Sorry, Wanda.
They're like...
With everybody,
good.
This wasn't going to happen anyway. You already know it. Yeah.
Maybe that is what the mid-credit scene is hinting at. Nick Fury calling people back and trying to make a new Avengers team.
Yeah, with the scroll.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot he was up there the last time we saw him.
That's what she was pointing to. She was saying like, oh, someone who knew your mother wants to see you.
That just clicked to me right now.
This is what I was kind of thinking about them going the line of the Ultimates instead of the Avengers. Because we have Carol Danvers. We have Monica Rambeau. We could get Adam Brashear at some point in time.
Who?
Yeah, I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't even know who the Ultimates are. Who are the Ultimates?
We can just leave him
The Ultimates
out.
are basically the not Avengers, where they added more blacks and at least maybe 2 more.
They're like a cosmic Avenger force,
Okay.
and it's a sword oriented team.
All right.
Like, not always. The first iteration of the Ultimates were kind of just like Avengers with an edge, they cursed
Yeah,
more.
there's
You
no
saw their
weapons in that
sex, like you saw their sex lives. You saw the most famous Page thing ever. You saw Hank Pym beat. The boss.
Oh, is this where we're going?
Yeah,
I thought that was Ultimate.
that is Ultimate,
I
but
don't know.
that was the first iteration.
There's
of
a
it.
team called the Ultimate.
I know. I'm saying this is the first iteration of that before they brought that like
The
over
Ultimate
here.
is the main universe.
Yeah. That
You
was
made
their
me feel
first
small.
iteration
You
of
should
it.
have made me
You
look
should
small.
me look small.
So yeah, maybe they could go to the Ultimates. My theme was I thought they're obviously I feel like they're kind of setting up the Young Avengers, and I thought if anything
What
maybe
X-Men?
there no X-Men, but you have Wiccan, you have Speed,
Do
possibly. You have Camilla Khan showing up. You have Kate Bishop showing up in the Hawkeye series. Riri Williams getting her like that's
Ironheart.
like you could yeah.
That's that $6.99 paying for itself again in the future.
Exactly.
You could technically sub out like until we get like Hulkling, we could technically sub him out for like Riri. So essentially, they have what they need to make the Young Avengers.
Yeah.
And if they were still focusing on the people who are still here now, like I was thinking maybe like the new Avengers because that was actually also a team. And you have the Winter Soldier and whichever one of them ends up being Captain America for at least 1 or 2 films, and Wanda's out. All right, she's not. I don't think she's gonna be part of the
I
team.
don't think she wants. Yeah, honestly, at this point, like whether they keep her, like they say she's the official Avenger or not, I don't even think that she cares. Like she's doing her thing. She's off. She has all this power now. She's probably like, as more she dwells into her power, most likely the less like Wanda she kind of becomes.
Or maybe the more like Wanda she becomes.
Yeah.
She has the Multiverse of Madness. I want that to bring X-Men into this fucking cinematic universe already.
And we talked about this last night. Just get them in there. Same ones. Fuck it. Just.
I feel like whatever she does next will probably be involved in that. Like, she has to do it. Like, it has to be her. Like, who else?
I'm kind of like, I think, 'cause since with the titles that have been put out now and everything, at least this is what I feel like is gonna. I don't think they're gonna have any sort of mention, not yet. I feel because since we're leading to Fantastic Four and everything, and they're just now got into development with the mutants.
We got Skrulls, King the Conqueror,
like
Fantastic Four.
Yeah, like there's so much still going on before they even like seem to get to that. I hope. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't really see it happening in Multiverse of Madness. That's just me.
Maybe
Probably
X-Men
not.
might be like behind $6.99.
I don't think they're gonna announce them until the end of the next phase when they
Probably
get to
not.
game.
I'll tell you what I would like to have seen from this series, like, and this just like if I had to talk about like one thing, I would like to have seen like an interaction between like Wanda and Hawkeye at this stage, because he was kind of pretty big on getting her in the team, and he did vouch for her like in multiple films. I just feel like I wonder what he would have thought of her progression.
That's what I'm surprised. Like that's another thing. It just feels like I love this short series, but I'm like, where's everybody? You know, this big
Working.
This thing is happening, and granted, I'm sure the Sword didn't call them up or anything, or they wouldn't care to call them up. They're just trying to make sure that she doesn't cause a problem and destroy the Vision and kill her, basically. But I'm like, there's been no news. I guess their excuse is they've been keeping it under wraps, so no one would have heard about it. But It just feels like it's been going on for weeks. No one's heard anything. No one went, "Hey, Wanda, where are you?" No, did she call it like, "Hey man, Wanda's been..."
Well, I'll put it to you like this: the Avengers not only didn't check up on Wanda after losing everybody and everything she does after the funeral, but also they just kind of left Vision's body on the floor in Wakanda. So they were pretty done with her. like, all right.
Well, T'Challa, what are we doing with this? Leave it there.
He's like, no, wait.
But it's all vibranium. It's tainted vibranium.
I'm like, yeah, like why didn't you didn't give him a proper burial? You just gonna
no, just leave the shit there on the ground. Let Wakanda
he was
deal with
right
it.
there. The very last scene in Infinity War is Cap over Vision's body. what did he do with it?
Now, to be fair,
They put him in a box and chucked him.
yeah, they're like, ship him off to the States.
I like how it's been 5 years and they started taking him apart at that moment. They were just waiting for her to come in, like,
is she coming in? Yeah.
start taking it apart.
Hey, where's my band's dick?
At least let her keep that.
I know. Could at least have this part. No, we need that torso. We need the bottom half.
He said, I'm just kidding. We actually need all of it. You can't take anything with you. Sorry. Yeah.
But
overall,
yeah, I was gonna say like what? Okay, so just because getting a little lengthy, what do you guys? Final thoughts. Like, what do you guys think of this of WandaVision?
I'll start first. I think it was a good show. I enjoyed it. We talked about everything that we liked. I enjoy what this is kind of showing that Marvel's going to start doing. At least, hopefully, Marvel starts doing this kind of things where they lead into a series, into a movie, where they build up hype to that movie, and then that movie, you're able to tell more stories without cramming everything in there, right? You're able to do the arcs that you want to do by just kind of lengthening them by including a small series before the movie. I think it's the way that they're going to have to go to include all the shit that they're going to have running.
Completely agree. I just don't want them to start making these shows and kind of forcing viewers to watch them to get the entire picture.
Yeah.
I don't want people to be excluded from information that way because they don't have a streaming service.
Yeah. Well, that is certainly a possibility. Hopefully they do find a way to kind of make them one-offs and make them kind of tell the story and elevate what's going to happen next, but still keep it confined to just that and not having to spill over into the movies. I think they can do it.
I think they are. I think that's honestly where they're coming from. Like, they're going to, most likely, they're going to still reward the viewers who still had watched the show, but they're also going to make it at least not so essential to the story where you're going to completely be out of the loop when you're watching it. You know, like, the movie still works even if you didn't, you know, just like playing like Kingdom Hearts 2. You know, you didn't have to play Chain of Memories, but it would have been nice if you did.
Why do you have to bring up the hurt every time?
I have to make sure that
he just keeps twisting.
He want to bring up the hurt because people who are going to be playing Final Fantasy VII Remake are going to realize that they're going to go through the same shit. This first DLC is just the beginning.
Yeah.
But no, I liked the series. It was pretty cool. It was a good time. It was different. It was a little slow at first, and really I'm like, okay, let's get to the meat and everything. But overall, once it started rolling, I was hooked. I was there, all there for it.
Oh, I guess I'll go again. Yeah, it's a good show, and it really made you appreciate the week by week format and not being spoon fed the entire bucket of ice cream at once.
I forgot what fucking
regular
ducking
TV used to be like.
I forgot that ducking for fucking
dude.
For spoilers felt like
yeah.
like
I'll put it to you like this.
When they dropped everything at once on Netflix, you kind of had to take the L of the spoilers because
Exactly.
I'm not gonna watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
But when it's one episode a week, you fucking ducking and dodging everything. It's like
I was spoiled. It pisses me off if you still hear it. No, but that like I was spoiled for Agatha. It pissed me off. Like I was scrolling Twitter and then I don't know where. Wait, what the fuck is this? And I saw someone walking up, and I'm like,
oh,
no!
Yeah.
And then see the reveal, like fuck.
I was spoiled for the one and only spoiler I got was for Quicksilver. I was like, oh, this is and then I watched the episode. Oh, it's true. Oh,
Couldn't be me. I dodged every spoiler.
Now don't get me wrong. Afterwards, I had to get myself on a regiment where I was like, okay, it's 12 o'clock at night. Let me go ahead and sign out all my social media and don't look at it for the next, 8 hours until I watch the show. And that's what I had to do. Which, for me, the series overall, it was cool because, community-wise, it gave us all something to participate in every week and, something to look forward to. And each episode happened to, keep me involved. And I actually liked that they kept me guessing in the first couple of episodes. And I just really like how the show went down. I thought it was done really well. I preferred the middle beginning more than I preferred the very last episode because I got my my dislikes with the final episode, but overall, I thought the series was done really well, and I'm like you said, I think this highlights their potential going forward with how they roll out stuff, and it's actually like if you think for the comic book readers out there, it's like they're taking the prelogue method where some comic books, when they know a movie's coming out, they'll do like a limited comic showing, hey, this is what's happening before that movie or whatever.
Yeah.
Those are usually not very successful because who gives a fuck?
Right.
But it seems like they found a way to do that with their live action stuff, and it actually is working out so far. So if it's anything like that, hopefully they keep that going, and as long as they keep it fresh, it'll be great.
What if like they when Multiverse of Madness starts and everything, and then they start making references to WandaVision, they get the little box.
Yeah,
As seen
yeah,
in
do
WandaVision.
as seen in WandaVision.
Oh, that'd be too much. That'd be too much.
I
don't think people would
I would-
appreciate that.
Watch episode 5 of WandaVision.
I will respect it, but yes, it would be too much. I will respect it now. Yes, I will respect it now, but I would also complain if I saw it. Like, what is that on screen? Fuck!
I'm gonna watch the series. What?
Fuck you!
Pour one out to House of M, because we will never get it.
No revert, not yet. Or
Not conventionally. I'll say that. I'll just say we're not gonna get it right
the way
now.
we want it. We're not gonna get it the way we want it.
We're gonna theorize, but I feel like they've already thought of something else. They don't want to do exactly how everyone's gonna do it.
Exactly.
Oh no, she's probably not gonna bring in the same actors from the different universe. No, she's probably not gonna do a reverse House of M. That would have been really cool. No, the snap probably didn't make mutants. It's gonna be. I don't know what it's gonna be, though. Even though those seem very convenient to drive, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We're waiting for X-Men. Bring them.
As long as the snap, establishes somebody, like I would prefer it to establish a Fantastic Four. That would be great. But I don't know. During their space mission, maybe that's what we're wrong. I would like to see that.
Instead of dying, they got hit in the blast.
Yeah, like let's just say whatever happened, one of the people like piloting the ship, they just disappeared and they went off course, and that's what caused them to get caught in the fucking solstice, whatever.
And we won't get Reed Richards flexing his superior intellect on Tony Stark.
Yeah,
That's true.
Oh,
We might.
because he's dead.
He'll come back.
I
Wait till they start opening dimensions. I think a package delivered. The dogs are going crazy.
That's fair.
Anyway, I think there's about time to wrap it up. The
Yeah.
guys going bust in here. So
take us out, Jamal.
All right, guys, that has been another Thirst Quencher for us where we cover WandaVision. If you guys like what you have heard here, please follow us online on Thirsty Nerds at Instagram and Twitter. Please comment on the videos. Tell us what you guys thought. Did you like the twists and turns that you got throughout the series? Did you like the final episode? Tell us what you're thinking. Like and subscribe. And that's been our talk.
All
See
right.
you guys next time.
Bye-bye. See you.